If you just bought a boat, or you have a boat that has holes in the back of the transom below the water line, this video is for you. I'm gonna show you how to seal them holes up correctly and not have to worry about water penetrating into your transom. So stick around, here we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Jacked Up Fishing. Well, this is my new series on Tuesdays. It's called Tighten Up Tuesday. We're gonna be fixing boats, doing maintenance to boats, stuff that normal everyday boaters do. And it's a lot. Keeping up a boat these days is a ton of work. And I see a lot of people that try to do it, they don't do it right, and it comes back to bite them in the butt later on. So I wanted to kind of put these series out, help people out. And the first one today is fixing the old holes in the transom. People, when you buy a used boat, people put their own fish finders and stuff like that on their boats, drill holes in the transom, and of course they don't seal them up right. The one we bought today, or we have today, is a Canoe, and we found a bunch of old holes in the transom, and they were just caulked with a little bit of like acrylic caulk. Can't do that, can't do that. It'll make water go in the transom. Even if it is composite, it's still not good for it. Still not good for it. It gets in the fiberglass, makes it mushy. It's just not the best way to do it. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about right here. I'm gonna show you a few pics right here and right here. And the good old famous ones when you put the screws in them right here. That's what you do, is you put 5200, which is a caulking by 3M. It's a waterproof caulking. You put it on the screw and you bed the screw in there. It works, it does work. That's better than doing the old acrylic job, but it does work. It's very unsightly, but it does work. I'm not gonna knock it. If you gotta get on the water, do that, that's for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell below for notifications. Let you know when I have a video being posted. I'm gonna be posting on Saturdays and Tuesdays for Tighten Up Tuesday. So fishing on Saturdays, fixing on Tuesdays. That's usually the way it goes. All right, here we go. So first step's gonna be, we're gonna get rid of some of this caulk, pull it off of there, and clean up these holes to mount the transducer back. So what happened was we popped the transducer off when we were moving the boat for the hurricane. So I seen all them other holes. I figured, hey, let's tighten that up, make sure there's nothing that can get in the transom. So let's go ahead and get this off of here. I notice there's holes up here too. Man, there's a ton of holes in this thing, looking like Swiss cheese. Let me get to work. So, first thing we're gonna do is take our drill bit, try to get all this old caulk out. Look at that, it was barely even in there. Just wanna, you don't know what these people are using. Usually for caulking below the water line, you wanna use a 3M caulk called 5200. This one's above the water line, I would imagine, but I'm just gonna do it, be safe. What I'm doing is just getting the caulk out what I can, and then I'll come back and kind of give it a concave opening. That way it has more surface area to grip to. But the main thing is getting these. Is that a hole too? Sure looks like it, don't it? Yep, another hole. So what I'm doing is just getting in the clean fiberglass so the epoxy has something to bind to. The epoxy I'm using today is gray. It's a light gray, but it's better than caulk. So while looking at it, we noticed on the other side there's two more holes. So we cleaned them all out, got all the caulk out of them all. There's a bunch of holes there. Gonna seal these up before they become an issue. So now what I'm gonna use is this bit here. It's usually made for a die grinder, but I use it because it's got a nice round end. And I could go inside the holes here, make them give it some more surface area like I was discussing earlier. We found just another couple more holes now. So now This job went from filling 4 holes to now I'm filling 8 or 9 holes. Moved up to the bigger one. That way it gives it a lot more surface area to bite through. Main thing is to have acetone to wipe all the holes, get all the dirt and debris, extra fiberglass out. Anything around the hole, wipe it all off. You want to make sure it's super clean. That way it can bind. And you can go pretty liberal with the tone. It ain't gonna hurt anything. And this is just gonna seal it all up from outside elements. I'm taking all this caulk that they had on. I don't know who put that on, but it comes off pretty easy, as you can see. So I got some 2-part epoxy. It's by Fasco. It's a 3-minute cure. You're supposed to put it evenly, 1 part to 1 part. Put it together. Hoping I got enough because I didn't have very much left. You just mix it. And it kicks within 3 minutes, so you gotta be on your A game. What I usually do is take a little bit, and it's kind of runny, so just want to make sure you're getting it in the hole there. You can clean it a lot better after it starts to kick a little bit. It still wants to run a little bit. If you can see the other side start to sag. Is that all the hole? It's already starting to kick. Just so it don't sag out. All right, so we're gonna use some 5200. Obviously we've used it before and it's hardened, and you ain't just pulling this stuff off, that's for sure. This stuff is serious. Don't get it on you. It's gonna take, I've seen outboard motors hang from this stuff with no bolts. So I like to get it all in the hole, and then I like to put it through here. All right, put it through there, and I also put it on this side. I'm pretty liberal with it. Oh, that might be a little too liberal. But then we screw it on, and then we'll adjust it. Let's see here, how does it go? Get it started there. And that's that. So it got dark yesterday. We're back today. As you can see, they're filled in, but I don't like the color. This is another one I tried right here with the white. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these in with the white, make it look a little better, and then buff it out, sand it down and buff it out and see how it comes out. Here we go. You can see how it's all bedded in there good. There's no leaks gonna happen there. I'm just making it, this is for aesthetic reasons. This is just a white 2-part epoxy and a caulk gun I'm using on this one, just to kind of give it the same color. I'll clean it all up once it starts kicking off like it did last time. Then I'll sand it all down. The reason I put the tape on there is kind of to keep it, just makes the less sanding. Kind of just smooths it out a little bit, if you will. So I'm gonna let these cure a little bit longer. This one was there before, so I'm gonna let it cure a little longer as well. In the meantime, while I was doing that, just to clean this up, this is a tannic water line, and I got this stuff that takes it right off. It's a nice easy thing. You don't want to get it on any stainless or anything, but it does take it right off. Cleans up the whole transom. Any rust spot you have, just wipe it on. It'll clean all this up. Alright, it's starting to look a little better now. I'm going to try to let it dry, cure for another couple hours here, and then I'll come back, probably hit it with the sander and buffer out. Got that tannic water line off there, still working on it a little bit, but most of it's came off now by this time. That's a pretty strong one, so as you can see, it still could use a couple more douses right around in this area here, down here, but I'm trying to let this cure. So all right, we'll see you back here in a few. All right, I gave it a quick sand, so now I'm just going to throw a little Finesse It by 3M on it, and that's it's a pretty good little buff. And I'm just going to do a little drill job. I ain't doing nothing crazy, but just going to spread it around, just give it a little shine. All right, well, there's the finished product. Looks pretty good. You still see some of the holes a little bit, so I'll have to come back, touch them up just a tad bit, but they're sealed, and that's the most important thing. All right, well, we're all done here. Hopefully this helps you all out. Just try to seal up holes up below the water line, that way no water gets in your transom, soaks up in there. Well, thanks for watching, and next Tuesday we're gonna look at rust stains, tannic water stains, and all the stains that get on your boat that can't come off with just bleach. I'll show you how to get them off. So tune in next Tuesday. Have a great day. Jacked Up out.